Hey guys, it's me, the dude who talks, and welcome. So for today, I'm going to be talking about a gig that I was in attendance to last week where I was watching Baal and Gozer. Now these two bands are post-metal bands from Sheffield, which is quite the reputation for some very high caliber underground acts there. So the gig was held at Aatma, which is like possibly one of the most hidden gig venues in Manchester. I actually joked that you have to believe in it for it to appear right in front of your eyes, but really it's just in a back alley somewhere in the northern quarter. So there was a couple of other bands supporting as well, and I'll be talking about them as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So we rocked up to the venue and told that it was going to be a little bit later than usual, so we were all in agreement, me and my friends, just go down to a nearby bar and have a pint and wait it out. And this is where I paid the unreasonable fee of £7 for a pint at the bar called the Quarter House. So after that, we went back up, and then we unfortunately missed the start of the first band called the Grey. So they were a three-piece, mainly playing like instrumental post-metal jams. I thought their set was engaging. The songs were really good because what I like about things like this is where, and gigs in general, is where I can just like get lost in the music, and that's what the Grey were like to me. Also, a side note, the bassist mentioned about a friend who passed away and kind of urged people just to speak to each other, which I thought was really nice. Yeah, the set was really passionate, and the bassist also stepped away from the comfort realm of the stage and started screaming out. And I like things like that because it shows that gigs are an outlet for them as much as it is for us. So after a short wait, the next band that came on was Manchester's own Vow. Now every time I've seen this band, they've had a different vocalist for every time they've played, and I'm pretty sure tonight was no exception. And they opened up with their latest release, Icarian, which was to my delight because I really love this song and I've reviewed it, and it was great to hear live. It felt even more intense than it did on the studio recording, and this intensity carried on to the next song. So yeah, it was very intense, very powerful, very heavy, and they led to one hell of a climax where everything was just turned up right to the max, and they just left their instruments right next to the amps, and it was just loud. So yeah, you can easily say that I enjoyed Vow. So the first headline act came on, and it appeared to be Gozer. Now they added a bit more atmosphere to their stage. They turned the lights off and they had a lamp which they switched on, which was a neat touch. For me, their set was exceptional. They started off things with the new single Crown Eater, and yeah, they're a three-piece. Definitely delivered a loud and crushing set. Very like sludgy post-metal. What I noticed was like a really cool playoff between the bassist and the guitarist when handling vocal duties. What I did notice on the stage as well was like a single drum at the side, and I was wondering to myself, I wonder when they're going to use it. It was the last song that they used it, which was a cool touch as well. And when they got to the end of that song, they just kneeled down and after a couple of seconds just went thank you, which I thought was very showmanship. So yeah, cool set. So Baal were the last band of the night, and I felt that the five-piece were definitely packed in tight with that small stage, though you could tell that this didn't faze them in the slightest. Now, I've not been following Baal as much over the past years, but I feel like the lineup changes and such has only made them stronger, and it's definitely shown on tonight's set. Even though quite a few people left, they still gave it their all. For me, definitely the set was tight, and I think this has a lot to do with, like with COVID and the pandemic. Not many bands, well, no bands at all, were able to play live in that period, so giving that like chance to unleash their like pent up like not being able to play shows has definitely paid off. So yeah, in true post-metal fashion, the set was like loads of long songs with brooding atmosphere, however with a little bit of black metal thrown in with the vocals. They dedicated a song to Owen from 100-Year-Old Man, who you may or may not have known sadly passed away recently. One thing about this was it wasn't just all crushing riffs, as there was a brief moments, well, number of brief moments where things slowed down a bit, there was a bit more atmosphere. And there was even a moment where one of the band members, I think the bassist, pulled out a violin, which I think was for the song Rosalia, which I think was a nice touch. So that was me talking about the Baal and Gozer gig on the 13th of October at Manchester Aatma. Were you at this gig? Please let me know what you thought about the bands down below in the comment section. Like always, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It really helps out. Just really want to quickly plug two things. My socials, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I'll be including links to them if you want to give that a like and a follow. And last but not least is my Buy Me a Coffee page. So if you feel like donating some money to me very kindly, feel free to do so. It'll be greatly appreciated. And I'm not asking for loads of money, just, like a couple of quid or whatever. So that's it from me. I've been the dude who talks. You guys are fucking awesome like always. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon.